Yo, it's your boy Straight Cash. Coming to you guys today with the video of those three Flamers tier edition. And today I figured, okay, man, we're gonna do something different, man. I'm gonna go through the picks with you guys and tell you guys what I like, who I like, I'll probably give you more than three Flamers each, tell you what games I'm feeling and that I want to attack and things like that. And we go from there, man. As always, comment, like, subscribe, share this video as we continue to grow the Cash fam. Shout out to my subscribers, or shout out to the family members, I should say. I rock with y'all because y'all rock with me. It's extra special shout out to the new family members, man. That's what's up. We at 71 right now. When we reach 100 family members, man, it's gonna be a giveaway. I found out what I'm giving away, man. I'll announce it when I announce the winner. And once we're the winner, in order to once we hit the 100 subscriber mark, we're gonna have to you have to make sure you follow me on Twitter, because I'm gonna need like your emails and things like that. You guys drop your emails and then I'll direct message you on Twitter and or whatever social media platform. Well, no, Twitter. Yeah, Twitter, because that's where we at with it. And I'll let you know what you're winning, and you let me know where you want it sent. But yeah, man. So don't forget to follow your boy on Twitter at Chester_native. Spelling is in the description. And with that being said, man, let's get into the video. I know you like Cash, man. Damn, you don't got no Flamers up there. What's going on? That's because we're going to go through it together, man. We're going to do it together. I'm going to tell you guys who I like, who I don't like, which teams I'm going to target, and which teams I'm going to pick on today. So let's get started, man. I like Dewana Bonner. I like Diana Taurasi. I like Brittany Griner. I like Tina Charles, Nafisia Collier, and Fowles. Now, of course, you can't use this as a lineup, but these are the people that I like, that I think that you should start your lineup around. To do what you want them to do. The reason I like Sylvia Fowles and Nafisia Collier is because they're going up against Chicago, man. That DVP versus Chicago, they do what they want to do. They do what they want to do. So, I think that definitely, and if you look at Miss Nafisia Collier's numbers against them, she does well over a fantasy point per minute. I know the last game, she played 37 minutes, got 32, but, these are people that's guaranteed points. If you look at Miss Sylvia Fowles, I think she's going to be low on. I think she goes off today, man. I think she gets you, where you need to get. She's over a fantasy point per minute player against this squad. The DVP, once again, screaming, play me, play me, play me. She averages 12 real-life points, 5.8 rebounds, so almost 6 rebounds, 2.5 assists, almost 2.5 steals or blocks per game, and 27.1 minutes. She impacts the game 10%. Her usage is 19%. She's about a fantasy point per minute. She averaging 26.55 fantasy points per game. Her home away splits are awesome. And like I said, man, just pick on Chicago is one of the teams that I'm going to pick on today. Next up, Miss Nafisia Collier. If you look, she's been balling. She's been in 2 perfect lineups the last 2 games. I think that she gets a perfect lineup again today against them. The DVP is definitely screaming, play me, play me, play me. She averages 17 real-life points, almost 6.5 rebounds per game, almost 3 assists per game, almost 3 steals or blocks per game, and 35 minutes per game. She's averaging. Her usage is 13.8, so about 14%. Her, I mean about she impacts the game about 14%. Her usage is about 19%. She averages almost a fantasy point per minute. Right now she's averaging 34.30. It's about almost 35 fantasy points per game. And her home away splits are about the same, 34.65. And in the favorite underdog game, she gets about 32.35. So I say lock her in. Next up, man, Miss Tina Charles. I want to pick on New York. That's the second team I want to pick on. But I think Miss Tina Charles is definitely going to do it, man, because I was watching Brittany Griner play the other day, and if they would have fed Stephanie Dawson more buckets down low, she would have did what she wanted to do. Brittany Griner, like, her defense is not what it once was. She used to get about 6 or 7 blocks per game. Like, she can mess around and get a double-double with just blocks and rebounds. Now she's focusing more on the offensive thing. And honestly, if her we'll get to Brittany Griner. But as you can see, her defense is not what it was, man. And it's a lot of rebounds down there that can be grabbed because she's worried about them calling a foul on her when it comes to, like, the guards driving and things like that. So what the guards are doing is they'll drive, she'll kind of like back off of them, the rebound will bounce off if they miss, and they'll tap it to their big girl, or whatever you want to call them, the center, and they'll end up getting the rebound. So I think Miss Tina Charles definitely goes off today. As you can see, she's over a fantasy point per minute, and it's been her whole career against Phoenix. Last 2 games she played against Phoenix this year, perfect lineups, both of them. She played 37, got drove 47, played 38, got drove 49. They got her getting 39, so hopefully she gets 39 minutes and gets a 50. You know what I'm saying? But with that being said, man, lock her in. The DVP is screaming play me. And, everything else is awesome as well. 20.4 real-life points, almost 9 rebounds per game, so she's a walking double-double. Almost 3 assists per game, almost 2.5 steals or blocks in about 32.1 minutes. She impacts the game 12%. Her usage is about 32.12. And she averages almost 2 fantasy points per game. Right now, she's averaging almost 40 fantasy points per game. And, her home away splits and her favorite underdog splits is definitely awesome as well as Miss Tina Charles. Now, back to what I was saying about our next lady, Miss Brittany Griner. Her defense isn't that good as it used to be. Now, don't get me wrong. She's still defensive-minded. She still can get a few blocks here and there. But back in the day, she had triple-double upside. Like, she could mess around and get you 10, 10, and 10. And that's 10 blocks, 10 rebounds, 10 points per game. That's a triple-double. And she definitely still has that upside if she stops being afraid of, getting called for fouls. But right now, that's what it is. She's getting called for fouls, and they're kind of like making her back off. She still goes down there every now and again for a few blocks and things like that. But I definitely think that Miss Brittany Griner should definitely do her thing. She's over a fantasy point per minute player. The DVP is screaming play me. She averages almost 25 real life points, almost 7 rebounds, almost 4 assists. She's averaging almost 3 steals or blocks per game. That went down a lot. In about 34.2 minutes. She impacts the game 17.5%. Her usage is almost 29%. She averages almost 2 fantasy points per minute. And she averages almost 2 fantasy points per minute. And right now she's averaging about almost 43 fantasy points per game. Her home away splits and her favorite underdog splits is definitely awesome and on point. So lock Miss Brittany Griner in. Next up, man, Miss Diana Taurasi. Man, whoever is on DraftKings that left her at 3,300 yesterday You know how they like well, not yesterday, the other day when they played when she her first game back, but they left her at 3,300. She was very low on. She was 20% on in the contest that I was in, but when you look at her production, you knew she was going to get like a 20 or 24, 25 fantasy point, and she did. She did just that. I think her minutes goes up today. I think she'll be more owned than what people suspect. They think she'll still be low owned, but I don't think that because of what she did and a little bit of time that she did get, and they were showing signs that they want her out on the floor. She's their general. She was getting assists, and that pass to the corner, man, for that last minute three, that was awesome. I don't know how they lost that game, but they lost it. That's here nor there. But she's getting back acclimated and to the team, and she draws fouls. Like, even if she creates the contact, she's definitely the GOAT, man, as they call her. She's the greatest player ever on WNBA, man, and I love her, man. I love the way she plays, man. She's rough out there. She gets to it, and like I said, even if she creates the contact, like even if she's getting you, they still gonna call a foul on her. I mean, on you, because she plays it off so good, man. And her, she can ball, man. So I say definitely, I love her today, and I love Miss DeWanna Bonner. I actually love this Brittany Griner, Dinah Taurasi, and DeWanna Bonner stack, because they all give each other a boost. They all assist each other. They're all looking for each other. They're not really looking for the other teammates. They're really looking for each other. They rather pass the ball to each other. If Brittany Griner is not passing that ball out to Taurasi, she's passing it out to Bonner. And if she's not passing it to Bonner, she's passing it to Taurasi, and vice versa for all of them. So, definitely like them. But those are our high tier players that we like today. As you can see, they already put Miss Taurasi up to 10-6. She was 3,300 last game. That was a free square. For people that got that, that's awesome. I cashed. Didn't cash as much as I wanted to, but I cashed. We are consistently staying in the green. I've been doing extra research to make sure that we can move up high in these contests and start taking some of these down. So that's the high tier that I like. And shout out to the two haters too, man. Shout out to y'all, man. Y'all just don't realize, man. Y'all giving my video some interaction. And the fact that you coming to watch my shit, man, that's awesome. That shows that you're thinking about me. Oh, I gotta watch Cash stuff so I can hate on him. How does that sound, man? But shout out to the family members that's rocking, man. I rock with y'all because y'all rock with me, man. But anyway, man, let's get this this medium tier going. Yeah, man. But yo, I like Miss Shanika Strickland, and I like Robinson, Doncic, No King. My son is watching Lion King in the background. Tiana Hawkins. And long live the king, Miss Powers. All right. This is also this is the mid tier that I like. Anywhere from 5,000 to 7,000, maybe a little higher. But I like Miss Shanika Strickland, man. They've been giving her minutes consistently, even though she's been, getting it. She's got 18 the last game, 21 the last game, 26 the last game minutes. Played 21, 26 got 21. Played 28, got you a 18. I don't think she does that today. Against Seattle, getting those points. Last 2 games, she's been in 2 perfect lineups. She averages about, I would say, about anywhere from 15 to 25 points. Now, these people right here are the people that you are putting in that's going to get you a consistent 20 to 25 points. You don't, the top tier is the people that's going to, push you over like the 40s and the 50s and things like that. The medium tier is like a 20, 25, things like that. The low tiers are going to be 10 to 15 points, maybe even 20. Poke the head out there for 20. But Miss Shanika Strickland, last game she played them, she scored a 30.12. Seattle's giving up 3.1 field goals per game, and they're giving up 19.3 fantasy points per game, right at that 20 mark. So I think that definitely we should see some good things from her. Next up, Miss Danielle Robinson. She's been getting the minutes, man. Consistently. Last 2 games, she was in 2 perfect lineups. 32 minutes and got you a 28. 35 minutes got you a 42. And she's good anywhere from a 20 to a 40 against this team, against this, Chicago team. I told you I want to pick on Chicago, and I'm going to. The DVP doesn't really scare me. She's averaging about 12 real-life points, things right there. There's the stats right there. You see them. It's my son in the background as usual. The pace is in her favor. Washington, she was in a perfect lineup. Wasn't a perfect lineup, on August 25th. Chicago's giving up 18.4 fantasy points, right at that 20 mark. She scored a 30.5 against them. So yeah, I definitely like her. Next up, Miss Damaris Dantas, man. Picking on Chicago again, man. Damaris Dantas, she was in a perfect lineup 2 games ago. Played 24, got a 35. Then she played 24, got you a 22. She's about a fantasy point per minute against Chicago. Definitely think she does that again today. The pace is in her favor. Chicago is giving up 18.18 fantasy points per game, so right at that 20 mark. I think she definitely over surpasses that. They're giving up 4.4 rebounds per game. So definitely like her. And next up, man, Miss Asutu Indoor. She's been doing her thing, man. A lot of people thought that even when that price got hiked up, that she was going to stop. And she's been in, 3 perfect lineups since she's been getting that time, man. And the last 3 games, man, she played 32, got you a 38. Played 25, got you a 28. Played 25, got you a 33. And I like her against, this Minnesota team again today because she, definitely. I guess I'm just picking on this whole game. But she's definitely about a fantasy point per minute player against them. She's a walking double-double. She averages 10 real-life points and almost 10 rebounds. And Minnesota's giving up 3.4 field goals per game and about 17.69 fantasy points per game. So right at the 20. I think she definitely does more than that because just her skill and what she does. So, definitely lock her in. Next up, Miss Tiana Hawkins, man. They've been giving her consistent 15 to 17 minutes, man, and she's been doing work. Last game they gave her 17 minutes, she got a 30. Against this LA squad, I think she definitely sees about a 25-20, 20-25. She averages 10 real-life points. You see the stats right there. Everything is in the green. She scored 23 against them last game. Was in a perfect lineup to August 5th. They're giving up 17.69 fantasy points in 20 big favorite games. So I definitely see her, doing her thing. And then last but not least, for the mid-tiers, Miss Aerial Powers, man. They've been giving her the minutes consistently about 19 to 30 minutes. And she's been doing her thing. Last time she gave her 19 minutes, gave her 28. She gave us 28 fantasy points. She's over a fantasy point per minute player against this squad. It's been her whole career. She got a perfect lineup against them last time. She played 26, got you a 31. The DVP is, if you look at it like that, you'd be scary, but I'm not scared of it. She averages 15 real-life points, you know what I'm saying? So, definitely they give up almost 5 rebounds per game. She scored a 31.5 against them in the last game. In the last 20 home games, she got 20 fantasy points, almost 21. And her minutes are up on the rise. She's played the last 3 games. She got 26 minutes, so definitely lock her in. And I think I'm gonna start doing live streaming when I do stuff like this. You guys let me know underneath of the in the comments if you want me to start doing live streaming. I'll start live streaming when I'm doing this format right here. Because it'll cut down the videos and things like that. But now for this last tier, the final tier, I really don't have enough to fill a lineup, but I like Miss Burke, and I like Miss Zealous, and I like Lloyd. I like the Miss U. And it was one more. Oh yeah, let's fact that out. All right, I don't have enough to fill that I like on this low tier to fill the whole thing up like I did last time. So I gave you guys 4. Start off with Miss Kennedy Burke, man. They've been giving her minutes lately. So I feel like, let's do it. Throw a shot in there at her. With these low tier things, you're looking for a 10. If they get 10 to a 15, if they can give you more than that, then that's awesome. She's been getting last 4 games. She played a 22. She played another 27. She played a 34. She played a 23. So they've been giving her minutes, and they haven't really been blowouts or anything like that. And she's about a fantasy point per minute against this Las Vegas squad this year, with Miss Hamby, Miss Wilson, and Miss Cambage. So definitely I like her. So I would say definitely lock her. Think about putting her in one of your lineups or in your lineups as a free space. Next up, Miss Shavante Zealous. She's good for about 10 to 15, maybe a little bit higher minutes per game. She's also about a fantasy point per minute, maybe a little under, but she gets that 20 on this Connecticut team, so I like it. And I would say lock her in. The pace is in her favor. And Connecticut is giving up 2.9, so almost 3 field goals per game. Next up, Mrs. Hanju. They gave her some minutes last game. She played 7 minutes. She didn't get anything, but I feel like they trying to get her reacclimated. She's the rookie, and I feel like they need extra help. So I feel like she definitely, get you some 10 or something like that today. So I say, think about putting her in. And next up, Miss Timmy. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. Fagbinel or Figbinel, or I'm not sure how to pronounce that. But they've been giving her minutes, man, 18, anywhere from 14 to 20 minutes. She got a little bit higher. She's good for about 10 to 15 points, which is good. And she's about a little bit under a fantasy point per minute player against this squad. So with that being said, I would say that's the tier. That's the tiers right there for you guys. As always, comment, like, subscribe, share this video. As we continue to grow the Cash fam. Shout out to my haters. Shout out to the family members. I rock with y'all because y'all rock with me. Follow your boy on Twitter once again at the Chester_native. Hey man, to the haters once again, thank you guys for showing me that I'm doing something right. Hey man, use your optimizer as always. If you don't like what you see, take some out, put some in. My optimizer is LiveStar app. Follow them boys on Twitter at LiveStar app. LiveStar app WNBA, LiveStar app NFL, LiveStar app MLB, LiveStar app NBA, LiveStar app NHL, whatever it is, pick your poison, they got it, man. Hopefully I see you guys in the green. Always follow your own gut, do your own research. As always, if you guys have any questions or any people that I might have missed that you might like or you want to know how I feel about them, hit me up in the comments or, hit me up on Twitter, direct message me or at me. And if you guys, when you guys start winning, man, definitely make sure that you are, getting them pictures out there, man, tweeting and atting me, It's important to be on Twitter, man. That's where it goes down, that a lot of the information comes out, things like that. So even if you create a little Twitter just to, get the information, just, make sure that you have something like that. But hopefully I see you guys in the green. It's your boy Straight Cash signing out. Let's get this money. Keep cashing, DFS.